And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to have a follow-up to a previous video. It's in regards to the propaganda machine that is the BBC. Boo, yeah, I know what you're doing. Now, you all know I really don't like the BBC and I wish everyone would cancel the licence and in effect, cancel them. But it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon, so I thought we'd just highlight just the lunacy of them. Now, this I've found, they've effectively been forced to admit truths they definitely didn't want to, in my opinion. And it's due to a watchdog report into our higher education enrolment. It's titled, are we ready for this? Poor whites in left behind towns miss out on uni. Poor white youngsters in England's former industrial town and those living on the coast are among the most likely to miss out on university, warns the watchdog for fair access. These are the people and places that have been left behind, says Chris Millward of the Office for Students. The watchdog has used a new measure to see which groups are likely or not to go to university. MPs are investigating low attainment among white working class pupils. Now, if you don't know, this is what my previous video was about, and it's on Ben Bradley making a speech on exactly this. Look at the top right if you haven't seen it, a link will show up. If you do go, please come back. This is just as important. Now, in regards to the Ben video, I think maybe that was the start of this watchdog looking into it finally, and forcing the BBC into actually telling the truth about the state of our schooling. But let's continue. This combined measure found white youngsters on free school meals or from disadvantaged areas were 92% of those in the bottom fifth in terms of the likelihood of going to university. Shocking that, isn't it? 92% of white youngsters are in the bottom fifth on going to university. Now, just to put that into perspective, the last census in 2011, the white population of Britain was 86.1%. God knows what it is now. But let's have a look at some more of the stats, shall we? Across all pupils eligible for free school meals, 26% went on to a university by the age of 19, but for white pupils on free school meals, the figure was 16% and only 13% for boys. So only 13% of our children, boys-wise, are even going to university, let alone completing it. In comparison, are we ready for this one? 59% of youngsters from black African families are on free meals went to university, and 32% of black Caribbean youngsters eligible for free meals. Among youngsters from Indian families on free meals, 97% went to university and 47% among Pakistani youngsters on free meals. Although they have the lower entry rate, white students are by far the biggest group, representing more than 70% of students in England. You would expect that though, would you not, with 86% white in the country, which is why I brought you that, I told you about the last census. I know it's old and it will have changed by now quite considerably in my opinion, but it does put it into perspective, doesn't it? Now, what's my opinion on it all? Our education system isn't working, is it? It's obviously not working. Our quest for inclusion has led to disillusioned kids from white backgrounds being effectively excluded. In my opinion, let me know if you think anything different. Figures from the Department for Education last year reported that white male British free school meal pupils are the least likely of all the main ethnic groups to progress to higher education. So they're being failed, aren't they? There was a push to get everybody into university. I think it's around about 52% of all children go to university now, but not many of those are white by the sound of this. Per capita. Now, these stats are not as shocking, but they're not surprising when you have higher education fully invested in feminist and left-wing ideology. You know what I mean? Things along the lines of toxic masculinity, white patriarchy, white superamercy, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Box-ticking enrolment and a student debt northern and coastal kids will never pay off. I think has all been contributing factors to why not many white children go to university and higher education in general. But I'd like to know your opinion, everyone. I would like to know what you think the problem is and how we could possibly fix it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share it out, everyone. Stay sane, I'll see you on the next one.